with Angie, and she's going to share with us her experience with the Olylife Tera-P90 machine. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, Angie, just start with what have you been dealing with health-wise leading into your using this machine?
So I've been off of work for a year, and I've been on the couch for a year, basically to the restroom and to the restroom couch. And then I got little privileges along the way. But during that time, I gained weight, I gained water. I had a lot of tension and stress that being confined, and I felt like I was getting really down. And I started using this, and immediately, everybody's different. You know, I've heard different. My mom says it's different for her than it is for me. But immediately, I got a sensation of like, it's weird. You just kind of like warm up. You just know that something's there, but nothing's moving.
Yeah.
And so I tried it on my hands, being I can't do my feet yet. And I'd been doing it morning, night. First, I started just a couple days, and immediately all my water that they couldn't get away from, they used Lasix.
Okay.
And they used it in the morning, they used it at the night.
So you had water retention in your legs, your feet?
Everywhere.
Okay.
I had 3+ edema on my legs.
Okay.
From an infection.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we couldn't get it down, and it's painful after it gets too big. It gets painful. It's heavy to carry.
Okay.
So,
how long did the edema go on for you?
Well, I started right away. I've had it for a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So once the infection gone, it started subsiding some, but during changes through my foot, it would come back because I had 3 surgeries.
Okay, and so the infection was from infection in your foot.
Yes,
was from what?
Was I had the hardware that was placed in my foot for a bunion was contaminated.
Okay.
So it gave me an infection.
Okay, so you had a bunion, you had that surgically removed, you then got an infection in your foot.
Yes, so they pulled it out.
Okay, so then they pulled out that hardware.
And then they put the pins together to hold my foot together.
Okay.
And let the sealant, the bone graft seal.
Okay.
But during that time, I couldn't do nothing. I was immobile, basically. And so everything was, I could eat just one dinner and I could feel it. It would feel like 5 pounds, I swear. My stomach was so bloated, and I was so uncomfortable. I just felt like I was up to here. And finally, I get to start moving around.
Okay.
And I'm out of breath. I have no strength. I'm tired, you know. And I started doing this, and immediately my body just felt like, hey, this is something we don't know about. Kind of like it just grasped on.
Okay.
And then it just started plenishing out my body, the water. Every day I had something good to say, whether it was deeper sleep, more water, you know.
Okay. So I have a question. Do you remember the first time that you used it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the first time that you used it, you had all this edema, the swelling, the bloating, and all of that. At that time, on that first treatment, did you feel anything? Or
I did after 24 hours.
Okay.
About hitting around the 24-hour mark, I started going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Just water started going.
Okay.
Everything started moving.
Okay, so that's when but right when you got off the machine, you didn't feel.
I felt a little bit more of a well-being.
Yeah.
I wasn't so down.
Yeah, but not okay.
It didn't happen right then.
Okay, and do you remember what level you might have gone on the first one? Any idea what setting?
My doctor asked me to start at 3 to 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then as I felt okay with that setting on my hands, I could move up, but not to go past 6. Because, of the hardware.
Okay, sure. Okay, great. Well, that's helpful. And the reason that I ask that is because people that are using it in our office, sometimes they sit there and they come in maybe with a lot of stuff. And I think there's a tendency for us in our society to have an instant expectation of something. So, okay, so about how long have you been using it then? It's been...
As soon as we got it.
Okay, so we got it into the office around end of September, beginning of October was the time frame, and right now we're on December 3rd.
Yeah, my well-being has shot from here to here.
Okay.
My energy has shot from here to here.
Yeah.
I don't get a midday
Yeah.
slouch.
And then have you been able to return to work, or what has changed in your life as a result of?
Yeah, I have been able to go back to work. Now I can move my ligaments and my joints because they were so inflamed from being stuck. And the inflammation just gradually, you could just feel it going down because you can move, move, move. Hey, I'm ready to go now. And that's how it began for me, or that's how it started. And my plan is to continue using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how often do you use it?
I use mine in the morning and I use mine at night before I
Okay.
go to bed.
Okay.
Mhm.
And have you shared it? Tell us a little bit about your husband.
So he suffers from severe anxiety where
Okay.
he have 3 days in his room because everything is just too much.
Okay.
And he's just riddled with it.
And how is his sleep patterns?
And his sleep is just up and down and up and down. It's like fighting to go to sleep, fighting to stay asleep. Then he gets to sleep and he jolts back up to wake up. So
Okay.
he's on this battle for about 3 days.
and
Did
how-
all he hurts, and he did 6 hours.
Okay.
of
So
sleep.
how long has he had that anxiety
His
and
whole
sleep
life.
disorder?
His
Okay.
whole life. His whole
Okay.
life.
And
They've tried medication, Ativan, Valium, Trazodone. He got addicted, so then he got
oh
taken
boy.
off.
Oh boy.
That
Okay.
was the
And how
whole-
old is he, or approximately?
He's 50.
Okay. So he's dealt with this all of it. Has it affected his ability to work
Oh,
or
yeah.
to? Okay.
It's hard to carry a job when you've had no sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, when he first started using the Olylife, did he come in the office, or did he use yours at home?
I believe he used it once at the office. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because he did either or.
Okay. So he came in. I recall that Dr. Cody worked on him, and he had at least one session in the
Yes,
office. So when he
that's
had
right.
his first session, did anything?
Yeah, he
Notable?
came home and he goes, "Damn, I feel good." I go, what
Nice.
happened? And he goes, "I don't know. I just have this calm energy. Now everything is coming together. I just
Wow.
don't know what it is." And I'm saying, "Oh my God, you don't know what it is. You just had a treatment. That's what it does. That's what it does." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I said, yeah. It's going to do that for you. That's what it's going to give you." And so he gets charged. He stays charged for a couple of days. He only uses his 3 times a week.
3 times a
That's
week.
what his body has told him to do.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so what's changed since he's been using it? Is he able to
Oh,
work now? Is
gosh.
he
He's
sleeping? What's
working
the
full
difference?
time. He started out 4 days, and then he picked up the 5th day nights.
Okay.
And he's sleeping 6 hours at a time.
Nice.
And his anxiety has he's just slowed way back to where he's in the present moment. He's not about here, and he's not thinking about here. He's like right centered in the middle.
Nice.
So it's good to keep someone that's having that, learning how to
Yeah.
new life.
Yeah.
Olylife gave him a new life, a new perspective
Yeah.
of how life should be
Yeah.
when you feel good,
Yeah.
And he takes great care of his body. So you would want to take care of your mental health because it's so good, and nothing has helped him.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. And how long have you been married to him? It's been a long
We've
time.
been together 3 years.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah.
We're
So
a
it's
new creation
Yeah.
at a later age.
yeah.
My kids love him. I love his family.
Yeah.
And it's been a great experience to come to a wonderful place and just have some good times and find out that there is another hope to,
Yes.
to us, that you don't have to take another pill,
Yeah.
or you don't feel like you have to
Yeah.
pay hundreds of dollars to go get just one lymphatic massage or whatever.
Yeah.
You
Right.
go home and you put your feet on there and it's done. My tonsils were swollen up, my lymph nodes, and it would just clear them every day, kept clearing them. Some days I would sweat, and I'm like, what is happening? It's not even hot. And then I remember, oh my gosh, I have that, and I'm detoxing.
Right.
My body's detoxing.
Yes.
So it came a great experience.
Good.
There's no side effects, none.
Good.
I don't know how it does it, but there's no side effects.
Great. Well, thank you so much. You're very generous to share your story
yeah,
and
I
to
believe
speak
in
from
it.
your heart.
Yes,
And
yes.
hoping that somebody listening to this, it's going to resonate,
Right,
and
right.
People will realize that this is like what you said.
Right.
It brings value because there are other ways to get lymphatic drainage going, but a lot of it's really expensive versus being able to put your feet on something
Right.
twice a day.
Yes.
And I've had that experience with my own journey with it, as well as lymphatic drainage, and
Yeah.
just a big improvement.
And you know, taking the Lasix, that diuretic, I found that I was more thirstier, holding more water, peeing 100 times more.
Yeah.
And I was just in this rigmarole, like
Yeah.
it wasn't going to stop.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it anymore. That Lasix made my lower back hurt.
Have you been able to get off of any medication on
I've
this?
got off 2 mental health medications
Wow.
for my sleep. And then I don't take any of the Lasix or anything now. And they even put obese on my chart. So I don't care. I like the weight that I carry, but I've lost 2 inches now.
Nice.
So I'm so excited.
So
it's Olylife.
Yeah.
So it's just shrinking you into place. It's just like wrapping you up.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's so cool. It's such a cool device. I couldn't imagine the people that decided to make this. Wow, what a difference, you know?
Yeah.
It really makes a difference.
Yeah.
But getting people to understand it, and they want instant gratification, like you said. Something, one of the patients said, I want it to wiggle or jiggle or do anything. Something. And I'm like, you don't feel the warmth, the heat, the energy?
Well, and we don't all. I didn't feel a lot when I used it. I started to feel discomfort in my ankles after a couple of weeks, and then I had for 4 days of lymphatic drainage that was like post-nasal drip, just clear. I wasn't sick, but a lot of drainage. And now this morning I sat on it, and for me, I was just, and I'm a multitasker, so probably I don't feel it sometimes because I'm doing something else like reading or writing or my journal or prayer. Just my mind is busy. But this morning I sat it and thought, what if I close my eyes and just relax into it? So I went on a level 3 or 4 for about 10 minutes, and I felt the tingling sort of sensation in both of my hands, but mostly in my right hand. Whereas before I didn't feel that, and I'd had people sit down and say, "Oh, I feel it here, there, thither, and yon," and I was always thinking, well, I ain't feeling nothing, but
Do you know it clears your pathways?
Yes, clearing all that,
clearing
the meridians, dredging the meridians, getting rid of dampness.
It's
absolutely. So I have lived through that, and then this morning, when I bumped it up to 10, and then I just kind of sat with it and allowed myself to feel it. But I don't think I don't think feeling it or not feeling it is really a thing.
It's the quality of the improvement that you feel, and it stays with you. It's not like you just drop into, I'm tired all of a sudden. No, it just carries you right through.
Yeah.
And if you do tend to feel tired and say you got to go to a night meeting or this or that, you just sit on it for that 30 minutes. And you can close your eyes. You get a total power nap. You're recharged for. You don't want to recharge that way.
So have you used it? Have you noticed a difference in your ability to just get through a day? Because now you're also back at work.
Yeah.
And that's a new thing for you. Because this was a big push.
Carrying this alone and getting in the shower. And getting dressed.
Yeah.
And is enough to just wipe somebody out.
Yeah.
Doing your little tasks at home. You wouldn't even think about going to work.
Yeah.
So now I'm back 2 days, full days. And I come home. My feet don't hurt now.
Yeah.
And
whereas before your feet were hurting so much.
Don't hurt now.
Yeah.
My feet don't hurt now. And I don't come back home. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Corey, can you make dinner? And then he's like, why do I have to make dinner? I just work too.
And then what do you do for work? Because you're on your feet a lot.
Yeah. So at work, I am oxygen. I work with oxygen and patients that need chiropractic care. And then they come over to me and they go into a hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Okay.
And
so you're on your feet a lot, bending over, zipping people in and out. Yep. Well, we'll do another little session on that. But I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being willing to just share what's going on, and I think this is going to help people to begin to understand what this machine does as an in-home device.
As an in-home device,
and then,
you're going to want it for your home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.